What's going on, everyone? It's time for another sci-fi adventure Netflix original film review. Today, we're actually going to talk about the Electric State. Yeah, it's a Netflix original released sometime in 2025. I think it was released on my birthday, March 14th, actually. But yeah, and it was directed by the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe Russo, who did films like The Gray Man, Cherry. Of course, they did Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War, and also Captain America Civil War, to name a few of their films. So they know how to waste a lot of money. So yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel movies, so obviously, yeah, and I wasn't really. This is has a big cast: Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, and a whole pile of others. And yeah, so the Electric State is basically uh, 1990s America. What is run? This is an alternate universe where it was run by like economical like robots and stuff, and then they started revolting and fighting back for rights, civil rights and things like that. And basically their government's big plan was to basically in the whole world was to put them in a containment zone where they could rule and live out their days instead of just short circuiting them all, and instead of like deconstructing them, they put them away, sort of like the prisoners in Escape from New York and stuff like that. So Millie Bobby Brown plays a teenage girl who her younger brother is a parent was like sick or something, and then he disappeared. But then one night, a random robot breaks into her house with her foster parents, and yeah, who seems to be acting like her brother. She thinks her brother's controlling, so she goes on this crazy adventure with it, trying to find her brother in the exclusion zone, where they come face to face with the actual creators and things like that, and end up fighting off half the robots and stuff. So yeah, this is a pretty pointless movie. It's yeah, so it's trying to be really serious, but it takes pretty much everything out of all the good sci-fi films and try to shove it all in one movie, and it's super obvious and terribly done. This one has little to no story. There's not much to go on. Chris Pratt's in this, being Chris Pratt, and doesn't add anything to it. It does have it does have some cool imagery and stuff, like the CGI and stuff I thought was pretty good. And yeah, the cinematography is really good. The music's actually pretty good in it too. The acting's obviously good too, but there's no characters in this. It's just so bland, and it's dialogue heavy. It's not action packed or anything like that. And they definitely try to do an Avengers sort of style climactic scene, which is just dumbed down to the point where it's just slow and boring. And overall, I wasn't a huge fan of this movie. I did thought it looked good and stuff, and it does have some cool elements to it, but very little. And it's super cliche and just overall a huge mess. This film apparently cost $320 million to make, so Netflix knows how to waste money. And that because at least the Avengers made money somehow. So yeah, but overall, I thought I wasn't a huge fan of this one. I thought it was pretty dull and a waste of time. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Electric State at least a 2.5, because it did look good and the music and acting was good. The cinematography was good at least. So yeah. But if you want to check it out, it is on Netflix right now, but I'll link the trailer down below, so you at least check that out down below. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. That's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title and some fun factor history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below, JP Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions on the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hope you find some weird, obscure, and odd that I probably never thought of checking out together. And also, so hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, I'm going to do a fantasy adventure film in the next one. Mortal Engines. It actually looks pretty good. So I'll be checking that out in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those robots fighting back and then the government not knowing what to do with them. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.